Kat declares to Anita she hates everyone and that every single person on the planet is working her nerves. Her ire is particularly aimed at that home-wrecking whore. Anita advises Kat to watch her language. "You can speak your truth, but do it with dignity," says the articulate. "This is still my home, not some reality show reunion." As Kat is trash-talking her new sister, Eva is confessing to Ted that yes, she slept with Tomas. "Kat doesn't want to make peace, and I'm not going to grovel," says Eva. Later, she joins Martin for lunch at Uptown. He admits to wishing Kat would just shut her big mouth, unaware that their sister is listening from the next booth over. That means Kat hears Martin and their sis cackling about Tomas's sex accident, and that she was coddled by their parents. Once Martin leaves, Kat reveals herself to Eva, and the two have another verbal battle. Kat goes low, hissing, "I wish your mother had gotten rid of you, because we'd all be living our best lives if you'd never been born." Returning to the table, Martin is shocked, asking what the hell is going on. Leslie struts into the country club dining room, plops herself at Vernon's table, and not so subtly hints that she knows about his secret meetings at the hotel. She insists she's not blackmailing him. Instead, this is a case of friends scratching one another's backs. "I must have missed the part where we became friends," he quips, while waiting to hear what she wants in return for her silence. She wants to be front and center at Winterfest, but he refuses to be bought, extorted, or bullied. Shot down, Leslie agrees to keep his secret for now. Of course, Anita walks up at that moment and wants to know what secret they're discussing. He tries changing the subject, but Anita won't be derailed. He tells at least a half-truth, sharing that Leslie wants a bigger role in Winterfest. Danny and Andre's Los Angeles honeymoon continues. In between shopping and romantic romps, they receive the wedding rings designed by a friend. Slipping them onto one another's fingers, they again exchange vows in the privacy of their hotel room. Fully revealing his feelings, Andre admits to Danny that he's in love with her, and she seconds that emotion. "Suddenly, my once-in-a-while man is my forever," she admits. Elsewhere, Leslie runs crying to Ted about Peaches. She begs him to use his connections to get her pseudo-mom into a drug trial, no matter the cost. He says money won't help her in this situation, but she asks him to at least try. Beyond the Gates spoilers for Wednesday, November 19th, tease that Leslie Thomas will blackmail Vernon Dupree, while Catherine Kat Richardson and Martin Richardson will have another big blowout fight. The animosity has been running high between these once-close siblings, and BTG spoilers note that their rivalry will hit a boiling point during Wednesday's show. The likelihood of them clearing the air on the November 19th show is slim to none at this point, as the drama, fueled by this conflict, makes for good daytime television. So, fans should expect the brother and sister to potentially go on a no-contact status after their fight. In related news, Kat and Martin's father, Ted Richardson, will throw some hard questions at Eva Thomas. Will he try to ease the conflict between her and Kat? It feels as if Kat has a problem with pretty much everyone in her family right now, except for her mom, Nicole Dupree. Then again, he may have questions for Eva regarding her ailing grandmother, Peaches. Leslie has been distraught and turning to Ted for help with her adoptive mom, so Ted may question whether Leslie is sincere. Across town, beyond the gates. Spoilers for Wednesday, November 19th. Note that Danny Dupree and Andre Richardson will receive an exciting delivery. Will they be back home from their honeymoon in Los Angeles? Could said delivery be their wedding bands? Whatever comes in, it will have the newlyweds declaring something important about their future, so fans will have to tune in to see all the feel-good moments between these two. Finally, BTG spoilers imply that Leslie will extort a Dupree. During the Tuesday, November 18th show, fans saw Leslie eavesdrop on Vernon exiting Sharon Winger's hotel room. It's clear that Leslie will blackmail Vernon with this news, but it doesn't sound like Vernon will take the bait. Plus, now that she has money, what will she blackmail Vernon over? Leslie isn't in the greatest standing with Anita Dupree, and Vernon knows that, so he may laugh off any threat that the villainess issues. Beyond the Gates spoilers tease that it looks like Leslie will tell Anita, but Vernon will lie his way out of things. After all, Leslie isn't the most trustworthy source, and she loves to cause drama for the Duprees, so Vernon will remind his wife of that, which might keep her concerns at bay. Beyond the Gates, spoilers suggest that the land of Fairmont Crest would be nothing without its leading ladies. Actress Daphne du Plessis, who plays Nicole Dupree, recently gave her fellow female co-stars a special shout-out for all the drama they bring on the new CBS soap. Du Plessis uploaded a video reel on Instagram, played to the music of Maroon 5's Girl Like You, showcasing the ladies of BTG, as the women offered some beautiful and steamy poses during the video. While Du Plessis only tagged Colby Muhammad, Carla Mosley, Amber Michelle, Ernestine Johnson, and Lauren Buglioli in the post, Idreel also highlighted Ariel Prepetit, Trisha Mann Grant, Marquita Goings, Jen Jacob, Ronnie Rose Mantilla, along with Daphne herself. Du Plessis' Instagram caption read, "The ladies of Beyond the Gates bring the heat, the heart, and the drama. Next level entertainment, never watched." It went on to say, "This is your sign to start. Jump in and enjoy the ride. Welcome to the world of Beyond the Gates." Hashtags are everything in the land of social media, so Du Plessis also offered a shout-out to all her co-stars with the following. Beyond the Gates, CBS, streaming on Paramount+. CBS, Daphne Duplex, Carla Mosley, Ernestine Morrison, Lauren Buglioli, Amber Michelle, Colby Muhammad, Ariel Prepetit, Jen Jacob, Tri Shaman Grant, Marquita Goings, Ronnie Rose Mantilla, NAACP, Procter & Gamble. Daytime drama, must-watch TV, binge-worthy. Beyond the Gates premiered this past February and made history as the first soap opera to debut on network television in over 25 years. It also happens to be the first ever Black-centric, 60-minute daytime drama. While the women of BTG know how to cause a little chaos, romance their men, and love diving into those heated confrontations, their male counterparts also know how to stir the pot and woo fans at home watching. So, when do we get that reel on Insta? Beyond the Gates, spoilers suggest that a ton of beautiful and ugly encounters have taken place at Fairmont Crest's diner, Orphean Jeans. In fact, the establishment is a staple for many characters to meet up at, enjoy a meal, or even just milkshakes and dessert, and catch up on life. Recently, the CBS soap opera's head writer and creator, Michelle Valjean, explained the reason behind the diner's name and its significance. See below for the full story. Valjean hopped on the social media platform X and posted 2 photos of a woman with the caption, "Orphean Jean, aka Mommy, #Beyond the Gates, #BTG. I miss you so. But you live on." Orphean Jean certainly does live on, as the establishment is mentioned almost daily. What a beautiful tribute to Valjean's mother, who was named Orphean Jean. Michelle Valjean has worked tirelessly to bring her dream of creating a Black-centric soap alive for years, and now it's clear that a little piece of her heart is shown to viewers daily, as she's named the diner hotspot after her mom. The Fairmont Crest Country Club is exclusively for members who live in the gated community, and Uptown is the funky bar on the show for the younger crowd of characters. However, everyone is welcome at Orphean Jeans, and a lot of tender and dramatic moments have taken place in the restaurant so far. From Nicole Dupree lunging at and choking Leslie Thomas during a major confrontation to the day Vernon Dupree renting out the establishment solely for Anita Dupree so they could share a quiet and uninterrupted meal. The diner has served up plenty of memories for fans already, even though the daytime drama is not even 1 year old yet. Here are your spoilers for Beyond the Gates on Thursday, November 20th, 25. Choosing sides, the war is on. In Thursday's episode, Martin chooses a side in a sibling rivalry. This is likely to put him at odds with Smitty again. Still, hopefully, they have learned enough over the past month or two to navigate this turbulent time, without it affecting their relationship as past blow-ups have. It's on! In Thursday's episode, Shanice puts Leslie on notice. Leslie read Shanice for filth, and aside from the emotions, it was utterly inappropriate. Shanice is no shrinking violet, however, and we are going to get to see her fiery side once more, maybe even the next evolution of it. Careful, Leslie. You may just have met your match in Shanice. So many soaps have a female throwdown. Are we going to get beyond the Gates' first wig snatching event? This should be interesting. In Thursday's episode, Naomi deflects Bill's questions about the state of her marriage while apologizing to Haley. After talking to Jacob, Bill knows that his daughter's marriage has hit a rough patch. He's going to want answers, since Jacob wasn't very forthcoming and said he doesn't discuss private matters in the relationship with others. Naomi, however, is going to need to say something about the message she saw and talked about with her husband regarding contraceptive pills. Is it humble pie time for Naomi? In Thursday's episode, Ted helps an ailing Peaches out. Leslie was very keen for Ted to take over the care of Peaches, since, according to Leslie, the best cardiac surgeon in the DMV was now dead. Leslie has no faith in the other doctors and is going to enlist Ted's help. Against others' judgment, this is going to earn Ted a serious amount of good karma going forward, and he could bank that as he's going to need that going into the holiday season. This is going to be a big week for BTG, and several storylines are about to boil over. On the Thursday, November 20th, episode of Beyond the Gates, Shanice and Leslie go at it again. In fact, Shanice puts Leslie on notice. Meanwhile, Naomi deflects her dad's questions about the state of her marriage. Oh, Bill knows something is going on with Naomi and Jacob. He just doesn't know specifics. Shanice is understandably territorial about the hospital where she works. She is a great nurse who supervises the others with authority. A bit of tough love, and ample fairness. In Tuesday's episode, Leslie, who was worried about Peaches, couldn't be bothered with the cardiologist taking care of the woman who raised her, and she told him as much. The newly wealthy Ms. Thomas didn't hold back when she talked to Shanice either. She wanted her mom to be treated like a VIP and felt that Dr. Doug McBride was the best cardiologist, while anyone other than him was considered third-rate in her eyes. The thing is, as demanding and rude as Leslie was, Shanice tried not to let the woman intimidate her. Apparently, the two are going to go at it again on Thursday. Leslie's bad vibes when it comes to Shanice might also have to do with the fact that she sees how well Shanice and Ted get along. In fact, on Tuesday, sparks flew between the two. But you can count on Shanice to put Leslie on notice. How will Leslie react to that? We think she won't react well. Meanwhile, look for Leslie to do whatever she can to get the right kind of help. In this case, she wants Ted, the plastic surgeon, to take a look at Peaches, who has cardiac issues. Needless to say, it's Ted to the rescue when the doctor helps an ailing Peaches out. The post-double dinner date drama continues. After Bill's conversation with Jacob, it's no surprise his next stop is to talk to his daughter. It's also no surprise that Naomi will try the evasive route. Naomi tries to deflect her dad's questions about the state of her marriage. On top of that, she will have to extend an apology to Haley, probably after she finds out the not-so-real reason Haley is taking birth control pills. But as we know from BTG's weekly video preview, Naomi may walk in on Haley at the most inopportune of times. Finally, Samantha has been making her grounding hard on everyone in the family. If Martin is choosing a side in a sibling rivalry, this could be about his own kids, Samantha and Tyrell. As much as those two love each other and have each other's backs, they are brother and sister. They don't always see eye to eye or get along. This week on Beyond the Gates, at reaches out for guidance from a surprising source, Bill cautions Jacob about brewing danger. Eva grows closer to Isaiah, and Vernon's meetings with Sharon attract more eyes than ever. But there's a new wave of cast arrivals too, and viewers may not see the next twist coming. The week brings a strong lineup of new and returning characters, each stepping into storylines already pushed to their limits. Naja Jackson debuts as Samantha Richardson, who prepares to take an action that her entire family will disapprove of the moment they learn the truth. Meanwhile, David Lummy Freebie arrives as Isaiah Hawthorne, sharing a quiet, sweet moment with Eva, even as tension swirls around them. Benita Brisker appears as Sharon, whose growing closeness with Vernon no longer stays hidden. Returning face Jasmine Burke steps back in as June, spending essential time with Smitty as they work through past mistakes. Jaden Lucas Miller plays Tyrell Richardson, who shocks everyone when he reveals a major personal plan that leaves his family stunned. after weeks of struggling. Arlie Michelle's Peaches finally agrees to accept Ted's help. Maurice P. Carey joins as Randy Parker, who sits down with his cousin Haley to question her recent decisions. And Robert Christopher Riley returns as Dr. Carlton Fitzgerald. Despite the heavy drama unfolding across the Dupree universe, not a single character departs the canvas this week. Every storyline continues to tighten instead of losing momentum, leaving each player locked in their individual conflicts. Kat and Martin head toward a sharper midweek clash as their disagreements escalate, adding pressure to already fractured dynamics. Danny and Andre make pivotal decisions that reshape their future, while Leslie intensifies the heat on the Dupree family, raising the stakes for everyone involved. With no exits to soften the impact, every confrontation, every revelation, and every new arrival hits even harder. With so many characters entering the fray and no one stepping out, the tension continues to build. Stay tuned to Soap Opera Daily for all Beyond the Gates spoilers, updates, and breaking cast news. Vernon arrives at Orphean Jeans just in time to see a customer blow up at June. He sympathizes with her and gives her a confidence boost. He places his order, and June notes he and the missus are developing quite the sweet tooth. She returns and Vernon says both pieces of cobbler are for him. They get a wee flirty when Vernon heads out, but not before running into Jessica, who says she's friends with Tyrell. He exits, and Jessica heads over to June, saying the brownstone bunch is on the way there. June notices something is wrong with Jessica. She's about to spill when the brownstone bunch arrives on the scene. Smitty walks up to put in their order and chats up June. They get silly about everyone's ice cream orders when Smitty thanks June for saving his family. June and Smitty get down to the nitty-gritty of why he was insecure and why she is so thankful for him and Martin. They both thank the other for the amazing wonderfulness they bring to each other's and Tyrell and Samantha's lives. Martin calls his grandfather and says Isaiah is coming over tomorrow to talk to Tyrell about Banneker. He is thrilled for his grandson, but has to cut the conversation short. He lies, saying he is going into a Winterfest sponsorship meeting, when his lying behind is waiting to feed Sharon that damn cobbler. Samantha joins Jessica and Tyrell. They get into the Nathan of it all, and Jessica eventually tells her about the confrontation they had on Halloween. Samantha is horrified to learn her beau went after Tyrell. Eva and Isaiah enter Uptown so they can get to know each other. They get all kinds of cute when Isaiah asks who is on her radar now that she's let go of her sister's man. Eva plays coy and begins to describe man in question. With each characteristic named, Isaiah notes how much it all sounds like him. She says there are all kinds of men in the DMV who check her boxes, but Isaiah notes none of them are here at this moment in time. Isaiah lays down his best moves, and Eva says he's all kinds of smooth. She says whatever he gets from her will be earned. Isaiah says he is going to have all kinds of fun getting to know her. He asks permission to act, and then leans in for a very hot kiss. They get all kinds of cute afterwards. As they go in for a second round, Mama calls. Eva ignores it, but, not shockingly, she is persistent. Eva takes a breath and answers, and is freaked out when her mama tells her about Peaches. Shanice is singing an Articulette's ditty to herself when Ted approaches. They get into the Anita of it all, and he asks if everything is all right with his former mother-in-law. They chat a bit more about the Duprees when Shanice asks about Carlton. Ted says they are being all business, as Eva is running a well-oiled machine. They get all kinds of flirty, and Ted apologizes for his behavior. Shanice puts her hand on his shoulder and says he is making progress, just as Leslie arrives on the scene. She immediately breaks down into tears and says something is up with Peaches. Ted asks what's going on with Peaches, and Leslie goes on about her beloved surrogate mother. He specifically asks about her symptoms, and she gives a full update. Leslie is oh so worried Peaches is about to go home to glory. Shanice pulls the chart and says she is cardiac ICU. Ted has to go see about a patient and leaves Shanice to handle Leslie. Shanice tries to comfort her, but Leslie is way more interested in chastising the head nurse for making moves on her man. Afterwards, Leslie walks away, leaving Shanice in a snit. Leslie returns and lays into Shanice, who is not at all trying to hear what she's saying. Just then, Dr. Wilkes arrives and says he's got it. Shanice listens in and rolls her eyes as Leslie tells the doctor to treat the only mother she has ever known as a VIP. Dr. Wilkes gives Leslie the breakdown of Peaches' condition and how they are treating it. She still isn't happy, and the doctor says she should get yet another opinion, but it won't be any different than the one he is offering. Shanice tells Leslie playing in doctors' faces isn't the way to go. Leslie gets back up in her face, and Shanice warns her she is neither the one nor the two and is not to be messed with. Leslie notes her words will not be forgotten. Shanice tells her to do her best, but until then, she will continue to deliver her patients 100% of the best kind of care. Eva arrives at Leslie's hotel to catch up with her mama about Peaches. She sees her mother being frantic, but Eva thinks they can bring a doctor or some drug trials to Peaches. Leslie thinks they need Ted, but Eva reminds her that he is a plastic surgeon. Leslie will not hear anything but the name of Ted Robinson. With that, she says they have a game plan and asks about Isaiah. Eva is quickly convinced and tells her mama everything. They chit-chat a bit more before Eva makes her exit.